Hi y'all! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vivian Camille and today is the very first day of my running reboot. Ooh, ooh, ooh. This is something I've come up with to get me excited again to work out consistently and also to start really recovering my fitness and building a base once again. So a little backstory, if you've been following along, I have been out for the count for the past 6 months due to a hip and knee injury. I've also just felt really bad with lots of headaches and weird vertigo and really low energy. So yeah, I have been doing some shorter hikes and those have been pretty sporadic. I've done some strength training stuff and I've gone on some shorter runs as well. So I have been doing things here and there, but again, nothing super consistent. I've taken like weeks off at a time to either figure out my injury or to heal it. And honestly, I still have some pain and I still can't run fully. Even though I've been doing cross training and hikes and things like that, I've still lost quite a bit of fitness. According to my Garmin, I no longer have a superior VO2 max. Where is my worth gonna come from now? Anyways, the point of this running reboot is to really get me back into race shape. Everyone needs an off season, so that's kind of what I'm chalking up this past 6 months, and I'm not looking back. I believe I'm finally at a place I can maintain a consistent workout routine. So with that, I've come up with a plan to get myself back into shape. I've really got my sights set on the hexagon shape, but you know, I'd settle for triangle shape. Nobody hates me as much as I do right now for saying that. I thought this video could be helpful for those maybe who've been quarantined for a while and or are demotivated due to postponed or canceled races. It seems like races are gradually coming back and virtual races are all the rage now. So I say it's time to get back after it. I have felt like a weak, slobby grub for too long now. So this past weekend, I went out for a 10.5-mile hike up Mount Wrightson in the Madera Canyon. This was pretty much to shock my body into remembering, like, yo, running up mountains is more fun than watching people run up mountains, right? Right. It was also to raise the stoke. So I really get pumped up when I get to do something that I love to do, which is be outside and be in the mountains, and I haven't had enough energy to do that in a long time. Fast forward to now, I've regained my energy and I am so excited to get back out there and bust it. Motivation and getting in the right headspace is the very first step in my running reboot. I bring this up to say that if I'm gonna have a successful running reboot, I've got to be in the right headspace. I've really got to want to start working out consistently and not come into training half-heartedly. Another thing I want to avoid is being burned out and or not fully recovered from my injury, but we'll talk about that later. So a couple ways that I find motivation to get back into things. 1, YouTube videos, motivational YouTube videos. 2, running YouTube videos. Something like Western Time by Billy Yang. That one gets me every time. I'm like always fired up after that. Solomon also has a really good channel. When it comes to motivational videos, Lion of Judah is a great channel I listen to. And if you're really feeling like a big old potato chip, I would highly recommend David Goggins because he'll fix you right up. And thirdly, plan out an adventure or plan out a race. I made it to the pool, which means I'm gonna start my first workout of the week, which is gonna be a 30 to 45 minute swim. What I do usually is do like 10 minutes on, 2 minutes rest, 10 minutes on, 2 minutes rest. The goal here is to start building back up my aerobic endurance. And this is basically like a 5-mile replacement. So instead of running, I'm gonna supplement that with swimming for now.
Hard to fade away. if I turn away to flee. Oh.
It is Tuesday, and this fine piece of equipment right here is going to facilitate the most fun I can possibly have in the pool. We are back at the pool today. The goal here for me is to do some interval work. So aqua jogging has actually been shown to provide just as much benefit as actual running. Since I'm trying to keep running low on my knee, since my joints are not fully healed on that, same with my hip, I'm gonna head to the pool to knock out this interval workout. What it's gonna be is 20 to 30 minutes of warm up, kind of like 50 to 60% effort. And then I'm gonna do a 3-2-1, 3 minute, 2 minute, 1 minute, 80 to 85% effort. And I'll have 2 minutes of rest in between to kind of get back my breathing and bring my heart rate back down. And then I'll start again with that too. And then I'll finish it up with about another 20 to 30 minute cool down. Aqua jogger, yeah. Pro tip, if you are aqua jogging and you have the ability to bring a speaker and play it loud for all to hear, I would highly recommend it. I'm gonna put on a podcast because I'm gonna try to make this B-roll look fun, but you just go so slow and you're putting out so much effort, and it's, yeah. I love aqua jogging. Let's do it. And you're putting out so much effort, and it's, yeah. Aqua jogger, yeah. That wraps up workout number 2 for today. We aqua jogged and now leg day is finished. Woo! Right now I'm doing 4 days of strength training. Usually in the base building phase I do 3, but since I can't run, I am just doing a more traditional strength training routine. So I'm doing 2 days of upper body and 2 days of lower body. I will switch back to 3 strength training sessions each week, and then as training ramps up and I get closer to races, then it'll move down to probably 2 strength training sessions. I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner and call it a night. Good night. And we're back. Today is Wednesday, 1:15. I wanted to briefly hit upon something I'm being really conscious of as I step into this running reboot, and that is gradually integrating into this and 2, listening to my body. I woke up this morning with all the intentions to go for a run, to get my legs moving and hit the trails, and I've been getting up at 4 a.m. for a while now, and I just was exhausted this morning, and so I honored my body and went back and slept for another 2 hours. I felt like the rest was more important than the run. This is not the first time I've had to come back from an injury / parasite. You can check that out in my old videos. So at this point I feel like I'm pretty much the queen of coming back, and I just want to be really careful that I'm not overdoing it. I wouldn't say I'm starting at ground zero, but I have just enough fitness to be dangerous. And what that means is, like, I could potentially go out for a full training week and kind of jump back in where I left off, with those like 50 to 70, I wouldn't do 70, I'm not that stupid, but 50 to 60 mile weeks, I could probably do that or something equal to that. And that's not good because that can certainly lead to injuries or re-injuring injuries. And that is something I really do not want to do, obviously. So leading up to this running reboot, I have mentioned I've done other cross-training stuff, but I've also been running almost every morning, and I've done like 1.5 miles with my 60-pound Cyclops Pitbull Foster Canelo. And those have been really good runs because I've been able to finish the run. He stops every now and then to smell things and go to the bathroom. There's been no pressure on those runs. I don't feel like I have to push myself or anything. They've just kind of been little base building runs that are very small compared to what I was doing, but still significant. So I've been doing that every day and kind of easing my way back into running reboot, and now I'm pretty much loading myself with a full training schedule, but a, what would I say, a less intense training schedule. If I had done the run this morning, then that would make it 3 workouts for today, and I just thought that was overboard, a little overkill for my first week, like fully back. So yeah, my mom is actually coming in town. I'm currently at the cell phone lot at the airport, and we are gonna go for a swim, and then I have my upper body arm day. So I've got my swimsuit on because I don't get ready, I stay ready. Let's go pick her up.
Harder than climbing the rope.
It's just about 6 o'clock. We just finished our vegan dinner at Tamarico, which was spot on. We're gonna head home and get in bed early because we have an early morning tomorrow. I've got to take mom back to work. She flew in on, like, what, day 1 of your trip? Day 2?
Day 1.
Day 1 of her trip. So she's got to go back out and fly for 2 more days. Yeehaw. Sorry to interrupt y'all, but I'm editing this video and the length has just gotten out of hand. The solution is I'm gonna cut this video into 2 parts. This is part 1, and Thursday through Sunday will be part 2. That will be posted next week, and that'll have all the details on the upper and lower body workouts I've been doing, as well as the goals that I'm setting and some different training methods that I'll be using in this upcoming training cycle. Before I go, I wanted to show y'all all the workouts that I've done this week and will be doing in the coming video, just so y'all can get an example training idea, I guess. This is something I've come up with for myself, but you are welcome to use it, and if you're in a similar place right now, I think it's a great start. Basically what I've done is combined my old running training schedule, like the beginning of it, with some new methods of training that I want to try. And then I've just kind of replaced the runs with things I can do that don't hurt my hip and don't irritate my knees. Again, just a reminder, I am not starting from ground zero. Also, this week I didn't quite nail the hard to easy day order, but I'm so happy with just checking off some of these workouts and putting a plan into action and following through. mostly. Took out a run because I was super tired, and I'm totally fine with that. This was to get me back out there, raise the stoke, and start consistently working out. Thank y'all so very much for watching this. Please like and subscribe. It really supports my channel. If you're going through a lull right now, understand that you're not alone, and everybody's got to have an off season. It's natural. Until next week, happy trails!